Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So I've gotten a lot of requests on how I edit my YouTube videos, what kind of programs I use, and just sort of like the method of how I do everything. And so I thought I'd record this video. This is actually my second time recording it. I asked on my YouTube community whether I should reshoot this video because the first one didn't go very well and lots of people wanted to see it. So I guess I should start out and show you guys what kind of computer I have. So I have a 15-inch MacBook Pro, which I got in 2017. It's got 16 gigs of memory and a bunch of other stuff which I don't really understand, but basically it just means it's powerful enough that it can run my editing programs. So when I want to edit videos, I need to open up my hard drive, which is right here. It's my lazy hard drive. It's a 4 terabyte hard drive. You can see all my recordings, how many times I tried to do this. On here, I keep my Final Cut Pro library and all of my music videos that I save to use in videos that I edit, and my photo library, because I have a very large photo library. It's like 300 gigabytes. Okay, now when I'm making YouTube videos, I usually start out with making a playlist of songs on iTunes, because I mainly use iTunes to listen to music. So here I have this folder called Working On for Video, and these are currently the playlists I have in here. I'm working on my top songs of all time. I'm not going to click on those because it's kind of spoilers, but these are my past ones. So like here's my top 20 NCT songs and stuff like that. Some of these I share to my Apple Music page if you want to check them out. Not all of them, but some of them. So once I'm done making a playlist on iTunes, I will then go onto YouTube and download the videos that I know I don't have in my library yet. Or sometimes I download them as I'm going, as I'm making the videos, but sometimes I download them before, and I use this app called Ummi Video Downloader to download the music. So it just pops up here. I have all the different qualities. I click download, and then I have it so it saves it to my desktop. Okay, now I can show you what editor I use. So I edit everything in Final Cut Pro. I used to use iMovie when I first started, which is very good, but I moved past what iMovie could do for me. I wanted to get more intricate with my editing. So what I did was I downloaded the free trial of Final Cut Pro, and there's a way you can extend the free trial so that it lasts forever. I'm not going to tell you how to do that in this video, but you can do that. This is the paid version. I got a discount because I'm a student. So like I said, I do keep a copy of every music video I've ever used in a video on here. This is my clips library. Now it'll look different on everybody else's. I specifically move all of the clips after I'm done into this file. But here is all of the music videos that I have saved on here. I think there's like 2 or like 3,000 in here. It's crazy. I don't delete any of my projects. I keep them all, which I'm not sure if you're supposed to do that or not. I do it because I like to go back and I like to see what I did in the past, and sometimes I copy and paste and move them into the other things. But this is an example of a very simple edit that I did. This is my intro. So like the first clip is from an N-Flying music video, and then I just clip in little clips of joy and I change them out periodically. And then this is my song, and it's just the first part of Butterfly and then the ending of Butterfly, and then I put a dissolve transition in the middle so that it flows together, and then it turns into this. Okay, so the lower thirds that I use here, I don't make all of them. I do make some of them, but a lot of them I download from packs that you can buy online. And for those, I use this Envito Market. I buy some on here, and not often because they're expensive. And then I also use Leno FX. They have a bunch of free stuff on here that you can use, and I use a lot of it. I think my main transition that I use is in one of these free packs, actually. Yeah, I think it's in this one, the 10 flat transitions. These are really nice and they're really high quality. Okay, so here's some examples of lower thirds that I have taken from the ones that I've purchased in packs and edited them to make them my own, because I'm really picky about my lower thirds and titles. I like them to have an open and a close, and I like them to be quick, and I like putting I like making the text really easy to read, since that's the main thing that you're doing in my videos, reading text. So I like to put like backgrounds behind them and make sure that the colors are right. But here's an example of like my top albums that I did this year. This is the original one that I had. And then this is how I edited it. It's very quick, very simple, easy to read. Here's another example. I use this for my numbers. This was the original. It's kind of messy. And then this one, I just changed it to just be the number. This is my main thing that I use for my monthly videos, and this was the original. See, it's the opposite way, and it doesn't have any numbers. I had to add numbers to it because I rank songs. It's my whole thing. So there's the difference between them. Okay, so this one is my logo that I use on my channel, and this was the original. It's pretty nice. I like the colors, but I like to use Joy as my background. So I took out the background and I edited it to work more with my little cherry blossom logo. And there it is there. I also moved like the text from below it to on top of it, stuff like that. You can only edit stuff like this much in an app called Apple Motion, which is right here, but that's a whole separate video if you want to see how I edit things. And finally, this is the one I'm most proud of. This is my end slate, which I created completely myself from scratch. There's nothing to compare this to. I really love this one. Okay, so now we're gonna go into how to actually make a project. I know, we're already this far and I haven't even started anything. Okay, so what you do is when you open Final Cut, you're gonna hit File, New, Project. And then I'm going to put this in the event working, because these are the videos that I'm currently working on. And we'll name it Edit. Okay, now I usually upload in 1080p. If you flip these numbers around, you can make it vertical. And then I always upload in 30p. I uploaded in 60p once and I didn't like it. So then you just hit OK. And you have your thing. So let's say I was going to edit my top 15 songs of January. So to do that, I will drag in my music videos if I don't already have them in there, like this, and then I'll cut it to around 10 to 15 seconds. Sometimes I do 15, sometimes I do 10. Lately I've been leaning towards 10 because you don't get copyright strikes as much at 10. So I always cut the chorus. So that was about 11 seconds. That's a pretty good time. So now you delete the other half. And now you just have this song. So let's go with a song that isn't from this month to show you an example of how you would get videos that are already in your library into your videos. So I click up here at for my entire library. And then I hit the search button. And then I can look up like Psycho by Red Velvet. Okay, now that we've searched Red Velvet, we can look through things that have already been imported. So let's just put some music videos in there and we'll do like Russian Roulette, my favorite Red Velvet song. We'll put in Psycho. Show you another example. I'll do a couple compound clips, which are all of these right here that I've already made. So we'll do In and Out and Some Love. Okay, so that's just all you have to do. You just have to click and drag things that are already imported in. So now I can clear this and move this back over. So now we cut our music videos again. Now this song I do have to cut short because SM always claims the video if I make it any longer than that. And then we'll cut Psycho. Okay, and then we'll cut the other shorter ones, which I've already cut down to the chorus, so. Sorry, my computer's running a little slow because I'm screen recording and editing at the same time. And in and out. And you can tell by clicking on the clips how long they are right here. This one's 11 seconds. Okay, so let's bring Lemelin back up here. Okay, now when I usually want to put my transitions in, I set this transition that I use for everything to my default. So if you just side click on it, you can make it your default. And then I highlight all the clips and I hit Command T. And it puts it right in between all of them. You can manually drag it over and over again, but I don't really like to do that. So now I should kind of talk about these compound clips. So these clips basically just make it so my timeline looks cleaner, because to make this I used the audio in and out, and then I used a clip from one of Red Velvet's jacket shoots, and I just put it over that. And then you highlight both of them like this, and then you click new compound clip, you name it, and then it's saved. And then it looks nice in your timeline. And this one is a little bit more intricate. I have the audio, I have the title, but then I also have this picture, which I put a glosser and blur on. And then I used this tool here to crop. And then I did keyburns, and I made it so it just kind of floats in the background, because people don't like to look at just plain things. You always have to have something moving on the screen or something happening, or people get bored. Okay, so now I gotta edit this back though. Done. Okay. Okay, so now we have a little working video here. So if I hit play, we can see all the clips transition together. We're falling in it out, falling in it out. 날 어지럽게 해, 넌 신비로워. Falling in it out, falling in it out. 내게서 달아나지. Just give me, give me, give me some love song. Just give me, give me, give me some love more. 어떤 사랑을 원해. You got me feeling like a psycho. Oh, I should mention, I forgot to do this. I don't like the black bars on any music video. Like, it's fine when you're just watching it, but when editing it, I usually transform it. I just grab these corners and I pull it up so that it's full screen. Okay, so there's our short little clips. Now, if I'm going to use my titles / lower thirds, normally what I do is, since I've already made them, I will go back to an older project, because I don't delete any of my projects. Let's say like October this year. So this is a complete project. This is what it looks like. I'll copy it from here. And then I'll go back using this arrow and I'll just paste it onto the event. And then you just click and move it. Make sure you don't put it over the transitions. And there you have your little text. So now I'll go over here and edit it. So this is Russian roulette. Oh, whoops, that by Red Velvet. And this is number 2. So scroll down here, change this to 2. But now you see the text is not being covered by the background here. So to change that, I have to make the width longer, and then I have to change the position here and move it back so you can see the number. And you have to do that with every one. Some titles are different. With this specific one, you have to do that. Some of them it's easier, but with this specific one, that's how you do it. So I'm gonna quick put these all in, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's what it looks like with all of the titles, and I'm not going to replay the whole video, but you can kind of see what it looks like. Okay, so now if this is the order I want the playlist to be in, then I call it good, and I go through and I go back to my projects from before, and I usually copy and paste my end screen that I already have done. Onto the end here. And then actually I've reworked my intro since last time, so we'll go here to my intro, copy and paste that in. And then this is a whole video. Oh wait, I have to put in like my top 5 songs example. And that's just about how you set up a video. I'll play the intro and the outro so you can see what that looks like. Now you see how it's kind of glitchy there when it loads in? That's because you have to render the files for it to be smooth. Now honestly, I don't really care about having a smooth playback before I upload it because I kind of know what it's going to look like. So I normally don't render before I upload. Oh, another tip I forgot to throw in. Maybe I'll move this to the front of the video. But make sure when you cut your videos, the sound, like people finish their sentences before you transition into the the next song, because if you don't do that, then it ends up sounding really choppy, and most people don't like to hear that. So like, see how it kind of starts and then it picks up again? It makes it so it's a smooth listening. Yeah. Now for the colors and text that I use in my lower thirds, I should mention I use this color here, which, can I get like the hex code up? I don't know if I can. Oh well, I can't really get the hex code up, but know that this is just the background color of Drake's album Hotline Bling. And then this grayish color, and then white. And the font that I use for everything is, where is it? This one, Leo. This one, it's sort of like Helvetica, but slightly more thick and boxy. And then I always put it as, oh, it's not letting me do it. Extra bold italic. And yeah, so after this, the video is just about done. So I come up here and I hit the share button. I click, I used to do master file so I could save a file for myself, but honestly lately I've just been uploading it straight to my YouTube channel. So I just click here, I make sure the settings are good, so it uploads in 1080, I set to private, then I click next, then I hit publish, and that's about it. And then this little thing comes right here and it'll tell me that it's uploading it to my YouTube channel. I'm not actually going to upload this, so I'm going to cancel it. But yeah, after I publish a video, I then edit the thumbnail in Photoshop, and then I edit the settings on my videos, like on here, and that's about it. So thank you so much for watching my video, and if you guys have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'll be answering any kind of questions that you have. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you guys in my next video. Bye!